Yo, what is up, boys and girls? The Mirko. Welcome to the match analysis for this week. We got RORA versus TNC. You guys expected the, you guys requested this. Sorry. So, yeah, RORA versus TNC. Let's get it on.
That isn't Jin.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't care about the golden matchup at all, honestly.
You guys requested for this one. You said it's a banger. I don't know what happens actually. I don't even know the results of this matchup. Legit.
I feel weird
Nice Rolex, brother.
about the whole gold lane situation.
Nice Rolex, Edward.
That
Richest
DOMENG
XP.
guy isn't the adventurous kind. He's happy to get like the one or two good gold laners.
Hold on, first
my
pick. Hold
God.
up.
I
Wow.
take it back.
So yeah, it's not just in
open, he
Indo,
takes
huh?
it.
In
This is the
Indo,
eighth hero.
WANWAN's been left
His
open
second
quite a
time
bit for
playing
quite a
WANWAN.
bit
Oh, then he's
this
still
week.
in seventh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if this is like a
He's just
first time thing in a while for
Yeah,
MPL
it
Philippines, or if it's something that has been just happening here and there. WANWAN gets picked up, the Eastern Shin obviously here. The Jushin actually gets banned here, so
However, against the
no Baksha either.
No, it's going to be Kimmy. And I also wanna,
interesting
say
start
that
here.
the
The double
1-1 in the
MM.
head
So,
Benedictine is also
see, when you go for the
something
Eastern Shin
that
Kimmy,
Aura
guys, you
did
basically
not
take away the
We know
chance
for
of
sure
you
that
having an actual
Benedictine
normal
likes to play
gold
at
laner,
1-1.
because you already have two marksmen. You don't want to go three marksmen.
That's how much he loves the
It's
hero.
very difficult to
That's
pull
right.
off three marksmen
Now,
here,
Aurora,
especially in
do
the
you go
current
Fredrin
meta
here?
where it's very early game centric.
Yeah,
Go
Fredrin.
hybrid.
So what this does is
I
you
like
are
the Fredrin
basically
better, 'cause,
forcing out
they-
either a
there
CC or
is the
Ruby
Arlott as
Gold.
well,
You want
which,
to go for CC
you know,
Ruby
in
Gold.
combination with the Arlott
So
is
Aurora
good
know that, they can play
versus
with it
the
right now.
Eastern Shin. Another option is Lapu-Lapu with the Fredrin.
Yeah, I think the normal answer here would just be the Lancelot, but it is obviously banned away. So I wonder what Demon Knight's going to pick up here.
Yeah.
In Indo, we would
How about Hylos then?
probably see Hayabusa show up here. Fredrin as well, something of the
Fredrin
sorts.
Arlott.
They go Fredrin Arlott very early though.
Their identity.
So yeah, they go for the CC here. Why they have to go for CC is again what we mentioned earlier, the Eastern Shin and the Kimmy. Here with Arlott and Fredrin,
For this team.
usually you would see the response of the Phobia. So this is actually a really good answer by RORA
But you
to
have
deal
have,
with the Eastern Shin and
some
Kimmy,
sort
right?
of
Because you were talking about how
AoE
Eastern Shin
control
Kimmy
versus the
means you
heroes
need to
of
go
Aurora.
gold
Somewhere
lane
along
CC, you need to go
Pakalea
gold lane
for
fighter.
TNC.
This is still flex, by the way. They can still pick up like a Ruby later, and then
Looking by
I think a
Jack,
Ruby
though,
would
he
actually be
plays the
pretty good
Brock
against
so
these
so
two.
well.
But
However,
yeah,
it was
so
banned
RORA
by
decide,
so
okay, you know
they have
what?
to
Let's
find a
not go
substitute for
assassin.
that
Let's go
hero.
for
And now for
the
TNC,
combo
I think that they
instead.
should also
Let's just go
consider
for this
banning
combo
Hylos
that does
and
well
Katakacha,
against the
because these
CC,
are the
because it's
heroes
going to be
that
picked up here
would
for
be
sure.
good for
And then now they can
RORA
actually
versus
ban out the
their heroes.
Phobias.
The falling stars
Actually surprised.
brought us here.
Nobody,
You usually don't see the Arlott here
Kaleo
whenever
was
you see
ignored
Eastern.
in the
Well,
first place.
whenever you
That's
are
right.
first blue side, sorry, when you're blue side,
guess for
you don't go
TNC,
Arlott here because the
they
Phobias
are
can come up
more,
right here with
they
like
are
a
putting more
Kalea,
value in
right?
CC just because it
Early,
can be
probably would have
flexed
been a
in
Kalea if it
XP
wasn't
as
the
well
Eastern
as
Shin
the
Kimmy
gold
starter. For me, I think the
And we
Eastern
don't
Shin
know,
Kimmy
again,
starter would have been better with the
Arlott,
Eastern
which
Shin
is also most
Kalea.
likely,
But again, it's kind of like a...
XP laner.
It's fucked anyways because the Katakacha can show up here.
TNC
Yeah,
are keeping us
I don't know. It's a lot of
on our
brain
toes.
games here, man, for
Aurora,
the
though,
like
coach,
for the drafts.
that's
I really
our
like the
coach.
drafts right now, by
That's
the
the
way.
basics.
A lot of you guys
They're
don't like
taking
CC
their time
Gold
with
and shit, but
this
I am a
format.
big fan of the CC
digging
Gold.
deep.
I'm a big fan
I
of
mean,
the
that's what you do against TNC, you know?
drafts.
They flex a lot
What I'm not a
of
big fan of is
heroes
the
on
passive
different roles,
gold
different
and
lanes. So you gotta
gold
think
from
about
minions and
what are the
creeps getting
possible, like,
adjusted there.
variations from
So they actually
selecting.
banned out the Lapu
That's
Lapu first, not
you know,
the
way to go. You
Phobias.
banned the Lapu.
Lapu is also really good against
Edward
Arlott, really good against
has,
Fredrin.
like, a
This
good
is
time
usually
in
the
XP,
best
considering
choice,
that
actually,
you don't
to
know
go up
yet
against
what-
this
where the
composition.
CC goes,
Because you have
in the
anti-CC.
later stage.
It basically
also have to
defeats
ban
the
the
purpose of,
Phobias.
you know, the full lockdown
Phobias
composition
into
to give
Arlott
Arlott free
and
vengeance
just
stacks.
become
And
unnecessary
Varia is an
evil.
interesting
That
one.
is
I don't know what that is.
definitely
Is that an
a hero that
Aurora
will
special,
be
guys,
so
or
free against Aurora.
hey, what is this?
You
I
don't
don't
want to
get
play
it.
that spot where you're required to have another.
This is
set of,
Aurora
you know,
special?
hardcore stun. Maybe you're forced to pick up.
They
the
pick it
Fractal
up?
For,
Have they
for
picked it
life in
up?
That scenario.
Let's skip through here. What do they ban
Teams
next?
banning
Sis-
you as
Whoa,
hero.
what the fuck?
Like, you ban
Is this UA's special?
hero,
Like
you
UA has
ban
been playing
P4.
Novaria and
He
Sicilian?
goes out and out and fight.
I have no idea, by the way. I have not watched a single RORA match, I
Based
think,
on the
this
RORA
season.
season 16
Because I just
stats,
trust my
that's
GOAT
the
Light
only
so
other
much,
hero
you know?
he's
That's my GOAT. He's XBTR, bro. I'm going to skip through the second banning phase because they're taking a while. They ban out the Granger. Really good option to take away right now. Because, okay, so we were talking about how when you have Eastern Shin Kimmy, you are kind of forced to play a composition with no gold lane marksman. Technically, the Granger can still make it there. This is the only marksman that can work well with this composition. Why? Because you're ready to fight very early. You're a snowballing type of gold laner, so you're active around the map very early. And that means, you know, this composition can still work. Even though it is still risky because usually there will be a possible Hilda pickup, possible Uranus pickup. But in this case, the Arlott Fredrin has been shown, so Arlott's not going to go roam. Don't do it. Don't roam. Which means, again, the Granger could come up. They have enough frontline with probably like something else here as a frontline to make the Granger work with the CC and XP. But yeah, I would still say it's not really the best choice for TNC. I don't think they had that in mind, but it is possible.
That's right.
So
I
RORA
don't
ban
think
it
you
out.
go Harris for TNC because RORA would just get
Yeah.
Hylos.
TNC, see the Harris, the Lunox is
Almost
usually what
CC
you would
would be
expect,
right.
but the normal
that's
route would just be
Phoveus,
the
as we
Phoveus that we
have
called out
mentioned.
very early. CC,
I
put it in
think
gold,
RORA
best
are-
route.
they
I
can
agree with
start
this.
going for the
Really, really good
Franco.
comp right now
And
to
then
deal
deal
with
with
this.
that.
The CC for the
Farsa is
Frederick,
really good.
the
The Franco
Phoveus for the
is-
Arlott,
Franco looks
right?
good.
And the WANWAN as well, the double
Okay,
down
last
right
time
there.
we joked, they picked
And then they just
so
need now a
that's it.
roamer, and I think the roamer,
What was it? Chip,
anything really,
was the
everything
chip goal?
works here. I think the Hylos is great.
So RORA,
I think the Hylos would be the best
honestly, I
choice.
like
The
Franco.
Gapakacha is also
But
something
then
that you
not so much,
can
'cause there's
get
a
value
knock-
out
there's a
of
knockout
against this.
For the Phoveus. There you go.
Whoa!
Yeah, there's a knock for the
Franco.
Farsa. Yeah.
Boss.
Just go Farsa.
Against the fighters, guys, okay? Franco actually has been rising in prio. Good Farsa pickup as well.
Alright,
Good
now
call
very
out. This is
good
really good
drafting
too.
from RORA once
Uh,
again.
Because when you
Never
have, whenever
miss.
you see these kind of, you know, picks, especially
Hylos
like
is good.
these two that can't
If
really gap
there's no
close that
grab,
easily,
maybe
and
the
then two
Gotcha,
marksmen,
yeah,
Farsa gets
that's
so
with the
much
wheel.
value, especially if you have enough peel.
Um,
The problem with the Farsa in the current
gonna
meta,
go
why we
heal
don't see it picked
the-
up is
they
usually
would be
because
short on
other mid
crowd
laners
control.
are
will be short.
better, maybe.
they
I don't know
want
about the
some
Cecil
sort
and
of
the Varia
knockdown.
actually. This could be a UA thing, but
What else?
Kimmy,
Win.
Jusin, you know, a lot of other better
like
picks
they-
in the
they
mid
do
lane
pick
that are
up
way
the- some
safer.
very
It doesn't
long
rely
best
on
Mela
team,
before.
your team
Maybe that's
having
the,
proper peel. But in
that's
this
the
case,
weirdest
they
pick
have
that
proper
can
peel.
have
What about Belric?
The Franco is also pretty
Valor
good because
against the 1-1.
Yeah.
you set up for the 1-1, you get him a free crossbow tang.
Well, since franchises.
But also it's because you're up against fighters here,
But
against
Damian
marksmen
Getachew kind
here,
of
so
follows the
it's
same
really
pace, but they
easy
need
for you to land
something a little bit different, a little bit
those
spicy.
iron hooks.
Nope. They're sticking
that's
close to what's
The
still in
Hylos would have been
game. That
free,
is
but I
the
think with,
Gacha.
because of the Franco
Yes, sir.
pick,
They're currently third most
they have to go
picked hero in
Gapakacha
16.
instead.
Has an abysmal win rate, I'll tell you now. The Mamba struggled with
So,
this.
there you go.
Played 8 times. This is
Um,
9th and only won
A
twice.
bit of the reason to draft, just, you know, letting
Because
y'all
it's-
know my
Has
thoughts.
good combination with
TNC with the
Kimi.
fucking
It's now gonna
massive
be
lineup
up
rating. I agree though. Based on just the lineup, it does look
YA.
like this the
Oh.
right side is the better composition.
The Mamba
I really like their composition, man. It's just the Franco can
Just
get
reliable. When
very
it's gonna be-
troublesome.
I think that this is such an even
Franco
draft between
1-1 combo.
teams, but
The Arlott could
RORA's
have a
draft
crazy
is
game too.
much easier
If the
lineup
Arlott gets like a
pull
final
up.
stash on Yus and Shin
not to
Kimi,
mention the
both
power
of
pick
them,
on the 1-1.
TNC might be cooked here. But
Franco
Alright.
usually
on
in
light.
MPL especially, if you
They're
get like a
playing with
composition
such
like this, early game
signature
is
heroes
gets so easy to
that
pull off. man.
TNC's new
So let's
meta
go.
approach.
Game number 1.
might
We're only
fold
doing game 1
to
by the way
just
because you
sheer
guys only requested for game
experience
1.
and comfort.
Welcome to Mobile
Best of
Legends.
3. First seed versus a team that might get
Impure
lost in the
Rage.
shuffle of that 5-way tie
Concussive
when we go into
Blast,
week
yeah,
8.
there we go.
Let's
So
see
far, pretty
how TNC
classic
steps up
emblems. Nothing
to
too
lead
crazy
number 1
here.
Aurora.
To
Why
be
you want to
fair,
go
though,
for
I do
Concussive
think
Blast in pro
that
play or
they
high
sort
level
of have a
MLBB play when you're
soft
coordinating with your
answer
team
against
is because you
Franco
get your
Light
prio
with
in
the
lane
Phoveus.
so
You know,
much
it's,
faster
kinda hard to
than
play
the
Franco
usual
because
Brave
there's
Smite you
a
take
lot
with
of
Phoveus, right?
disruption. You took him out from,
So
from
Concussive
armor.
Blast basically lets you clear really,
I'm
really
liking
quick.
the fact
And
that
in pro
the
play,
choice
in
of the
coordinated matches,
second
high-level
emblem
gameplay,
for the most
that
one-on-one
is super
users now
important. Just for Turtle 1,
is to pull
especially in this
yourself
meta.
together
You have to
just
understand the
because they
meta
want
right
to
now revolves
take
around
advantage
winning
of
the
the
early
Inspire.
game.
Faster
Very
expires.
difficult to come back.
When Ben-
Only
I
the
believe it was,
elite
Marco that did
teams can come back
Probably
in
some time ago.
in the new meta.
And also,
Very
Light,
difficult.
Light is playing differently. I don't know why he's not trying to contest Zyda, but I think he's just waiting for the proper timing. Maybe wait for the Fredrin. He will connect with the Fredrin eventually. Because it's weird to see the Franco just
Great angle from
you
UA
know
there, man.
babysit
Oh,
the
oh.
Fredrin.
Yeah. Like, it's just two heroes staring at a green camp.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a clear direction. What is the goal here for Light? Because it's not like TNT's going for Demon Kite.
Yeah, I don't know too. Maybe they're afraid of like the combo of the Kimi,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Also just
Yeah, they don't want to have Aurora get invaded, man, because Fredrin is very easy to invade early, especially considering the fact that he has Impure Rage this game. Usually, if he
Yeah,
gets
but
Concussive Blast, then again,
if you
his
look
clear
at the
should
East
be
and Shin's already
okay.
won,
You're
reach
still
up
pretty
ahead,
susceptible
able
to
get the Lizard
invades, but
up top,
not as
top
much
lane, I mean. So
on the
this
Concussive
means
Blast.
that
On Impure
Zyda
Rage,
is up
very
one.
easy to just stop him
Jumpler
from getting level 3, and it stops your entire game plan
Six
from
heroes
moving
on
forward.
XP.
Again,
This is
TNC get the
Project
prio in the
X,
bottom
okay.
lane. Lancey gets level 4.
And they're using the other side of it.
Great taunt by Chaknu. Demon Kite all
Oh
in.
my god, the combo! Better dash strike
Yeah.
from UA.
Wow,
They don't have the
whoa,
dash deal.
what the
Demon
fuck?
Knight, however, the dash goes
I'm
out,
impressed that
but
RORA
Zyda
didn't just lose out
takes
flat in
Light,
that fight, dude.
and
This is a
TNC
composition
finds
you
the
do
later in
not
the
win
combo.
against
Traction
for
falls
Turtle 1.
into the taunt,
Yet they almost got a
forces Demon
pickoff.
Knight
They almost
away,
got a
and they
trade
find
even.
kills against against Aurora.
Yeah,
TNC
as I
takes
said
the
earlier,
first
guys, Turtle 1
It
control,
was an
very
awkward
easy for
approach.
TNC
Demon
here.
Knight
They
took
have the
long
prio
way
in
around
mid lane
it.
because of the
Apparently
Kimigato.
all
They have the
TNC
prio in
needed
the bottom lane
2 or
with
3
the
seconds
Contested
without
Blast and the winning
to win
matchup.
the fight.
They have Yusuf Shin who
Mainly
clears
win
faster
condition for
than the
Decisive is to
Fredrin.
get the first
And
turtle
here,
and then
look
steal
at the
some
threat
camps
of the invade
from
already.
opposing
Taking the
side.
green camps away,
Already
wants to
able
get that level
the lizard
lead.
up top, and then he gets the Crammer in the bottom lane. Almost took that bear in the
Demon Kite,
mid
really
lane.
smart moves, man.
But that
Sees the
also
Yusuf
means
Shin
that Zaida will
bot,
be up
instead
so
of going
much
to his
when it
own
comes to
jungle,
the
he
gold
goes and
compared
punishes
to
here with the
Demon
info
Kite's.
that the rest
Yeah.
of the team gives him.
And wow, Demon Kite was lowest gold at a certain point.
Yeah, he was, dude. Like,
Now,
this is the problem with the Fredrin,
Zaida's level
guys,
6,
right?
almost,
Like, you are
hitting
lowest
level 7.
gold
Yeah.
So
a
there's
lot of
very
times,
big
especially if you
disparity
go
between
Impure
the
Rage, because
YSS and
with
the
Impure Rage,
Fredrin.
you're more,
We did see
you're
this,
built for
similar,
team fights, really. You're built for
similar
Turtle 1,
event
you're built for,
between RORA and Twisted,
these
so
group
it's,
up scenarios.
up
You're not
for
really
debate
built for the
if
jungle
TNC can actually
with the
manage
Impure
to,
Rage.
control this early game
That's
lead
why a
that
lot
they
of
have.
teams in
Still need to
Indo as
capitalize. It
well,
has to
when they
turn
don't
into
have mid
something.
prio, they
And
usually just don't go
currently,
Fredrin,
RORA
because
is
it's
not
really
actually
tough to
hurting
pull off.
either, just down to 100, 300 gold, and still I think
Look, already
it
a
is
level
true.
lead for Zaida.
What's
The clear
RORA's
difference,
lowest
massive.
game?
UF
Oh my
flies away,
God,
good
Jack with
move.
the jump. What are they thinking? All right, it was just zoning.
Just zoning out.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, but Demon Knight is currently still lowest gold.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it makes me wonder. You do get XP from jungle creeps, right? If you're the roamer, you get the bonus 40%, right?
Yeah.
Not only from the minions. So that's probably and EXP, by the way. So that's probably why Light chose
Probably.
to just clear with Yue and the Fredrin. Maybe they had a rotation because he actually went level 4 before
Yeah.
the turtle fight. So maybe
So
that was like
what
some
Light is doing is
mathematics,
he's doing
some, you know,
the
some,
well, I call it the Beloyski level 4
mathematics
because
that Aurora
that's
was
our
just
reference
doing.
Indo.
Hunt ASAP.
But
Somebody
yeah, you
geeked
just
out.
you
Somebody
soak
geeked out
in
and
waves as
just
much as
look
possible.
for
You go
the
mid,
what is
you
the
walk into
safest way
your
that
own
we can
jungle,
get to level 4?
you help leash the
babysit
jungle
the
while
jungler.
also
Yeah.
taking
And then get
XP
to the
and
XP
gold.
lane.
But you're not
I mean,
taking
Omega's
XP and gold
approach
away
was
from
double
Demon
lane
Kite.
with the
It's just how
roamer.
the new
Light's approach is
roam
put
boots
the
work.
jungler.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna
Especially
go
for
level 4. Even at
Franco,
this
because
point,
you
his-
you
he
need
has
to be
higher
level
gold
4.
than
If you're not
XP.
level 4, you're
Against the,
useless
Gatokacha.
in fights.
This is some nerd type
nerd stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, but again,
Allied effect.
Look at Zaida, man.
Allied
Level
effect.
8 already,
There's
a whole
still
level lead.
has
Benny
to
should
be
be
a conversion.
rotating
currently it's still
into the
deadlock.
fight now.
TNC has a small lead.
Domeng
And
is
in
doing a
comes
really good
Edward
job at
going
stopping
home
him
for
from
the final
rotating, just,
slash.
punishing him. Good
He's
move
still
by
going
Edward.
for
Bloody
last
Hunt!
front line, though. 3-Mar.
3-Mar,
He's gonna
yeah,
get the lead,
disconnected with the rest of the team, man. The rest of the team did
And
not want to
Edward
go there.
survives
He
for
tried
a
to
little
hold it,
longer,
and man,
Demon
RORA.
Knight is able to maximize his
Yo,
space.
really
Yeah.
smart from RORA, dude. Really, really smart. Again, TNC definitely have the hold over Turtle 1 all the way to Turtle 2. This is like when Turtle 3 is when RORA should be able to really push with their heroes. But this all starts by Edward, again,
And in comes
fucking sacrificing himself, basically. Like, with the
Well,
move he
Edward
makes
going
here,
home.
he's sacrificing himself. There's no other way to put it, okay? Yes, you could say he's trying to distract, but he's sacrificing himself for the turtle is mainly what they need to do here. Because if they don't do this, if Edward doesn't do this and Turtle goes to Zaida, it's cooked for the Fredrin. Completely cooked. Fredrin needs Turtles to be able to match up against marksman junglers or fast-clearing junglers, like even assassins, right? So if they don't get this, it's kind of cooked. So Edward decides, you know what? Let's fucking go.
for the final slash.
And that's why 3-Mar was caught in a forced error situation. Because if he goes back, Turtle will be controlled by Demon Kite. He'll get it. They'll only get a kill on Edward. But if he doesn't, he gets picked off, right? If he doesn't go on Edward, then he can get picked off like we see here. RORA played it phenomenally, man.
He's still going for Lancy, but frontline though, 3-Mar.
The fact that Edward
Here's
still
gonna get
almost
deleted by
got
the
away
Bloody
was
Hunter dash right
crazy
combo,
value,
and
dude. But
Edward
yeah, TNC decided, oh fuck, we need to just rotate over. Benny
Survive.
came in late.
Lives are a little bit longer.
Yeah, so TNC want to just hold on the turtle if they don't burst it straight up. If they don't get the if they get the position, then they go and burst it straight up, right? But if not, they want to just hold it right here. That's why the Arlott's so good in these kind of situations, because the Arlott forces the fight every single time. When you go final slash in, there's no way TNC don't react to that, right? They either back away or take it head on and fight it. And that's what makes Arlott such a good pick nowadays, especially in the right hands and in the right
Blink and you'll
team.
miss. Demon Kite eventually.
Because a lot of times
that
there, when an
turtle-
Arlott
I mean,
goes
they
in like
lost
that, the team
Edward,
will
but
just
that is
follow
the-
up, right?
and at the
In
expense
this
of
position,
3-Mar,
Aurora,
which again, you know, this
that's what
just
makes them
proves
so
to us
strong, I
how
guess. I haven't
strong
seen
the
Aurora
Franco
games
is on
at all
lands.
this
We
season,
predicted
but
that
just
this
from
will
that
be the
play
pick for
alone, you
Aurora,
can
and now
see the
it's
level
being
of
difficult
coordination,
for
the
team
brain
because
power
even when you suffer
working
with
for
the
all of
first
them.
turtle,
Like,
you
it's not
just won
a
the bloody
call.
hunt on an
They
important
know
hero
what they
the
wanted to do
focus
there. They
suffers.
And I think
know
this
what
was
their
the big
composition
picture,
wants to
to
do.
get the
It's the
bloody hunt
awareness,
ASAP
really.
Light, taking a quick visit up top, helping Domeng Kite. And down in mid. Oh,
Great fight by
So much
TNC. Yeah,
stuff coming out from
really
TNC.
good
The
stuff
jump
by
from
TNC, man.
3 Mar was able to punish the
Good
Barca,
recovery
but
from
they
Demon
take the
Kite though.
trade
Look at
here.
that though,
Yue
right?
gets the
Demon
gotcha.
Kite, he was
Stop
almost 2
from
levels
Demon
down, but
Kite.
after
Ultimate
getting
as well,
Turtle,
committed.
he's stable again.
And
Now
damage
he's
is not enough to actually
just
take out
barely
Nancy nor
below a
Zyda.
whole level
Pretty
behind
sad.
Zyda.
Apparently
That's
deals
why
so
you need
much
Turtle,
damage,
guys.
but
Okay, on
not
Frederick.
yet, to kill
If you don't
anybody
get
on
Turtle
TNC.
1, you need to do that.
Good
Like your
stuff
XP
coming
lane
up
needs a
from 3 Mar.
sacrifice, but you
Did
need to
not
know that your
get
XP lane
out
is
of
sacrificing. You don't want to fight. You don't
line
want
of
to
sight
fight
of Light,
randomly,
so that
okay?
there is no potential for a hope from
Yeah.
Light.
Really
Because
good
there was
stuff,
even a
dude.
time where Zyda is
I
so
mean,
vulnerable.
it's such a
Until
little
Zyda was
thing,
safe, Fleetwood
but
did not stop
again,
him.
when it
He
comes to like
actually
these high-level
dumped Light at
teams,
a
it's
certain
always the
point
small
just
things
to
that
make sure
build
that
up
Zyda
to
gets away
big leads,
and,
you know?
is far away from the
It's the small
defense
things you
of
exploit in
Aurora.
the Lana Dawn that
looking
gets
at
you
the
wins.
bottom half of the
So
map,
I'm always a fan
both
of like
XP
seeing
laners
that.
have left their
Maybe a lot of
lane, so
people will
it's a
see this and
deadlock
just
right
be
now.
like, you know,
Both turrets at about half health.
there's no fights,
Mount
it's no
Shotgun
not a lot of
to
action.
My goodness, that angle from
Really
Light
good
to the
AOG,
though, and
dude.
the Franco goes down
Wow.
here, however, on the backside. Oh,
Gets
he missed.
away from the feather
Brazier
airstrike. He knows he
Zyda
was
is
cooked
still
there,
able
but
to
instead of just
survive.
going, running
But
away, he
3
tries to
Mar
go
is
in
now
back.
gonna
That's a
sustain
good double
the
kill
damage
though
coming
for
out
RORA.
from the crossbow
TNC,
from DOMENG
a bit
Kite.
too
They're
brawly. I
still
was just
going
saying, you
on.
know, there's not a lot of
Yue
fights, but
not gonna be able
TNC
to
want to
land
force the
stun,
fight, which is
however, but top
pretty
lane
good,
Unity is
honestly.
fighting
Why it
against
isn't bad
the
is because
1-1 vengeance.
you're up
Has
against
been
RORA,
used to
possibly the
chase.
best
Is it gonna
team
be there? DOMENG Kite
to do
falling
it in
pretty
terms
low.
of, like,
Final slash does not
how they can
land
out
from
macro
Edward
you, right? So you
Infinity
want to
Cutie.
brawl it out.
He
You want
is
to just
outplaying these
make it
two
chaotic.
members from Aurora, but here comes Light.
That's how
Another
TLID
reinforcement
broke
coming out
RORA's
from
system in
Aurora to help
M6.
out the 1-1.
An Arlott versus CC at 7 minutes.
By the
That's a
way,
wet
let me
noodle
know if you
fight.
guys
No
like
one
this
was
new
gonna
setup
die,
because it's
and
like
the fact that it
green
was
screen in a
Light
way. I'm using
to
NVIDIA
push them
broadcast
out
now, or if you guys
changed
usually if
the
you like
flow
normal
of battle.
setup.
Now at the turtle pit, Turtle's getting taken quick by TNC.
Demon Kite, he
So this is
did
the
it, but he
advantage
still
of
doesn't
having
get the turtle. And now he
brawls, right? Like
falls.
TNC have just been going for
From
fights and
TNC's
fights and
there,
fights.
Rivalize coming out
You
from
make it
top to
chaotic and you just
sustain.
play such a
The
high
damage
tempo
from
game that
AOG
RORA,
to
teams
block
who
the
are
exit
usually
Edward.
slower
He
paced,
goes
build their
down.
leads through slow
TNC are
tempo,
taking wins left
find
and
it
right.
difficult.
They're up
Because this
1,000. Don't
composition
they
from
take the
TNC
top
RORA
lane here?
doesn't like it when you go fast. It's very like pickoff heavy, kiting heavy, right? With the poking heavy as well with the Farsa. And when they don't get their initial pickoff, when the enemy team is the one who forces the fight on RORA, it gets difficult because you have to react. And especially in early to mid, it's not as easy to react because you're still very burstable. You're still very lockable. Later in the game, though, this will have, I would say, like a way to come back. A lot of times in MPLID especially, like compositions go for like full early game comp. They just battle it out for the first 2 turtles. Whoever wins first 2 turtles ends up winning the game. That's why I'm still more of a fan of this, especially when we're talking about high-level play. Of this, too. This looks like a very early game composition, both of them. But both of them actually scale to the late game pretty well, too. I think a lot of the general consensus about CC, especially for like public players, is that CC is a bad scaling hero. No. CC is one of the best scalers in the game, actually, especially in the gold lane. You get so much resources, way more than an XP laner gets, and you get your items really, really quick. So all the way to the late game, you're still doing damage. You're still threatening the best marksmen out there because you have Vengeance too. So, yeah.
That's definitely
if you think CC
Mirko
is
is doing
not a late
up
game
top.
pick,
Oh,
or
3
it
Mar with
scales
like a
off
dark
hard,
wave hits
you're wrong.
Light.
CC does
Yue
really
got
well,
scared. He canceled
even
a
in the
bit of
late game.
airstrike, and now TNC is moving up to take some resources away from Aurora.
And that turtle fight from TNC with Zyda just making sure that he has the
This
stun
is why
with
I
the
think
ultimate
for
shocker.
me,
It's a classic
obviously this
stun
is like a
and red
very
string combination that
far
usually
comparison,
comes from
right?
the
It's
rover,
kind of
but
reaching.
this time Zyda knows
But
that he has his own
stylistically,
stun,
RORA and
targets
RRQ
Demon Kite
feel
at the
pretty
right moment,
similar
and then
in the way
eventually
that they
nets a
want.
kill
They have a
after the
system,
turtle
you know.
fight. Big wins for TNC.
Yeah, that's why
RORA
RRQ aren't
making
doing
the
too
most
hot
of
in
the
ID
space
because they just
they
get
got from
fucked
the
by the
bottom
early
lane.
tempo,
TNC
by the
owns
super
2 out
fast
of 3
paced
lanes. You can
gameplay
even
that
call
we
the river
see
theirs,
now in
but
the
down
current meta.
bottom, finally Aurora make a dent on TNC's
RORA are
base.
definitely much better
They
though
take the
because
tier
again
1,
they are
and
10.
all the members
They're number
of the
1.
Northern
I
Lights,
don't know
I
what
think
they're
DOMENG is the
10-1,
only
10-2.
one who can actually breathe.
They're number 1 right now, right?
1-1 able to secure,
So
safety
yeah,
for Aurora.
they're
Like,
definitely
safe
different.
farm, 'cause
They
he does
they're better,
have a
way
way
better.
to save
Because
himself,
they
but the problem
have a
is,
better
it's
system
all
for early
funneled
game
into
probably,
one
but
hero
also
right
they have a
now, and you look at
composition that
TNC, there's so many
has
stuff
backups.
going on for them. Even the
Yeah.
Phoebus can
And
actually
their
deal
players are
damage against
just
Aurora.
informed.
You know what's really scary about this 1-1 is that it has actually set up for success if there is one hero that
Really
can
good trade by
really
RORA, dude.
make sure
I
that
really
the
like
Doming
this.
Knight will
The
be
fact
able
that
to
they are
fly
willing
high
to give out
is
tier 2s in the
definitely
bottom
liked.
lane
And
so
he
that the
already picked
WANWAN
up the
can
Winter
continue to
Crown.
farm
So
up like
no
this
matter
is
what happens,
amazing.
Flicker Bloody Hunt Winter Crown will ensure that the
Like, what a
crossbow
call,
tank will
dude.
be
What a call.
available.
Domeng's
The only thing is,
Ooh,
can
scary
you
here. Good move.
He's fine.
Chaknu
Domeng
missed that
He's fine.
point by just a
Nicely
bit,
does the
man.
flowers afterwards. Dude, Chaknu's all his ultimates were not hitting, but it kind of feels like there's always a lot of science behind it.
Yeah, it never punishes TNC.
Yeah.
So in just a wee bit,
Exactly.
Chaknu's gonna get the AOG.
Yeah. I mean, 30 seconds if they manage to slow this
Good
down.
hold
with
there.
Aurora,
Slow push in the bottom lane. They
won
handle
by
the push up
bring
top.
The 1-1 here. It's going to be a 5v5 team fight in the next few seconds. If somebody forces out a skirmish, Demon
Nice one. Domeng gets the fly as well, man. Really good stuff. They have to kite back here. Crossbow tank ready. They use a good Winter Crown. My lord, I didn't even notice he got Winter Crown that early, dude. That's so well played, man. Really good stuff by TNC. Oh, fuck. Zyda. Way too aggressive, buddy, man.
He gets taken out.
Oh, AOG! Chaknu!
Lands the AOG, takes out Demonkite. There's no crossbow tanks on Demonkite, however.
All 3 Mars here,
and he
too.
punches
No
the
crossbow
orange
attack.
buff
Chaknu
to
just
get the
munches on the
victory.
goal on the orange
He's
buff
fine.
to get
He wants
HP.
to find them. Go for the
Domeng, you have to
2v1.
respect this,
Keep
man.
3 more and Chaknu at bay. The
Sheesh,
Mamba
dude.
hunting
Well
down
played.
The demon.
Well played, TNC.
How
Again,
can you make a hero?
Just have to fight. You have to go in first. You
That's
cannot
true,
let
Bill.
RORA get the
As
first
a good
pickoff or the
catcher,
first hook of the
looks so
game, of the
flashy.
fight,
And
sorry.
you know what sucks is we barely
That's
saw
why when
it,
you
but it happened.
earlier
We
when you
saw
know
the tail
RORA
end
got
of the
Demon
sequence.
Kite
Exactly.
to jump
You can
in,
just imagine. And he went
TNC
for
went straight in,
so
dude. They were
even
like,
when
"Fuck
there
it, let's
is
go. We have to
going
bounce."
be the ultimate from Dominic,
Man,
he
that
will
Winter
be
Crown
able to
rush.
dodge
Also,
Can
for you
actually
guys up
sustain
against
and
1-1,
stand in
buy Winter
front
Crown.
of
Do your
the
frontliners,
1-1
okay?
now.
The ones
That's
that are
a
very
real
susceptible to the
problem
1-1.
for Aurora.
Buy
We
Winter
saw
Crown. It
earlier
literally
Zyda
changes the
got
game. It
brought
makes him
down.
useless.
I was about to say that, okay, they don't have any jungler, but so does Aurora.
That's
because
why
of Chaknu.
nowadays, again,
Among all of the CC
back in the
goals
day
that
was
we've seen,
the
I think Benny
attack
has
speed
been
build, right? And in ranked games,
probably the most
I think a lot of
successful one.
1-1s,
And in
I don't know
that
if you
team fight
guys,
as well, he
you know, the 1-1
he
users out there
probably
feel the
won the
same
fight
way.
for the
But in
team.
ranked games, 1-1 doesn't feel as strong as it is in pro play, right? In pro play, you see it and you're like, what the fuck? Why are they able to make it work so well? It's because in ranked game, you should just play selfish and you should just buy attack speed items, dude. If you're up against like lower rank opponents, if you're not in, you know, the high ranks yet and you're not 5 squatting, just go for attack speed build. Rely on your crossbow attack. The reason we don't see the reason we don't see the attack speed build in pro play is because you're with the attack speed build very reliant on just getting crossbow tanks. And we saw how that worked out, right? That's why you go crit build, you just kite away, you just try to isolate members, and then your crossbow tank, you still deal damage, not as much as with the attack speed items, but yeah, for the most part, you're just kind of there to force out resources, isolate people, and then in the rare case you get the translation of the crossbow tank, then fully maximize on it.
Because he was able to let the curtain call on 2 important
Yeah,
heroes.
especially against the tanky members, dude, like a fighter comp like this, attack speed build will shred
the 2
through
most
them.
important heroes
Unfortunately,
for
Winter
TNC to
Crowns are a
lock
thing.
down in that team fight.
It's a mountain shocker.
So yeah, if you
By
guys rely on crossbow tank and if you just want to
Zyda
carry games in
spotting
low
all
rank,
members of
I would
Aurora.
actually recommend attack speed item a
Escorting
bit
this
more than
Lord
crit item.
From down bottom.
If you're snowballing, it doesn't
Kids
really
are
matter.
in
You can just
control.
build whatever you want. But if you
Looking at the,
want to
the
just win
map
games
as well,
quickly, I think
TNC, they still
snowballing,
have
just
the
use the
Lord
crossbow
bot
tag, you
side.
get fucking
And,
maniacs, triple
our
kills
defense
very
is still
easily.
up for Aurora, so we're still going to be able to prolong this push coming out from TNT. But that's like a big problem for them because honestly, yeah, sure, you can still scale up with the 1-1, but there's answers from TNT. There's the Winter Crowns.
Exactly.
They have more
You scale up on
damage
the
dealers with
1-1.
the
You
Kimmy,
still
the
do a lot of
CC,
damage in the late
even
game,
the
but
Povius,
there
in
are
fact,
answers.
alongside the
That's what makes the
YSS.
1-1
So
kind
I
of
don't think
bad
they're
in the
gonna be
late
happy with
game.
this. Trash and
Not
Pulse
just
coming out
because
from Lansing,
it's not because you
zoning
don't
out other
scale.
members
You
of
do still
Aurora,
scale. You're still
forcing
pretty good in
them-
the late game,
they're
especially
able
when you
to
get
clear
those
out the
crit
mid wave.
items or full attack speed items. Doesn't matter what you go
Now
for, but you know what I mean.
TNC, what I
You don't
do
actually go
know
full attack speed, by the
is
way.
that
In
they
case you
don't
guys are
have as
wondering
much
what the build
scaling
is
as
for
compared
attack
to
speed
Aurora.
1-1, it's
That
still
would
the
have
same
been an
corrosion
easy
side
way
Wind
to see
Talker,
if we
but instead of
feel
House Calls, you go
the gold laner,
DHS.
but
And then
you
after
also
that,
have
you
to
can still go
consider
Berserker's
this is a
Fury and
Yi Zhen.
Melphic
And
Gun or
if
Melphic
you're
Roar,
Yi Zhen
depending
have
on
had
the
a great
situation.
start,
Or
which
you can
in
even
this
go for
case,
Rose Gold, win the
tremendous
Nature
start
later
at
on, you know.
9K
So
right now.
the
This
attack
means
speed
that you
item
will be
consists
able
of
to
like
scale.
just
And
swapping out House Calls for
Lansing also,
DHS.
7.39,000. We have not talked about Lansing. Lansing's always been part of the most criticisms that the people would say against TNC, but now he is playing so well. 3-0 in 6 on this Kimmy.
Look at the Infinix hand cam. This is Chaknu, the Mamba. playing his gatot gacha.
The
He's
man.
using the Infinix GT30, experience victory for every madlang gamer. Y'all can make
Look
like
at
a
the
predator
hold, man. Again,
on
giving the
gatot as
1-1
well. Hunt
space to
down
farm
those
up.
predators
I
running
really
away.
like this, man.
Yeah.
Even when they're
They
losing,
all
they
play the
know
rest
how
of
to
those
open up maps. See,
AOGs, and even with the
this
winner
is something you'll need to put in your games as well. The game is very early game dependent, right? Usually in a MPL game, I think even I don't know how. Tell me what's going on in MPL Philippines. Have the games been shorter compared to a previous patch? Because
now we talk about winning
in ID, it really has
Yeah.
been.
There's
It really
two
comes down
more.
to first two turtles.
The
So
TNC
it's very cool to
could
see
come
a
up with
team
there's
like
already
Aurora who are
another one
losing in the
on,
early
I
game,
believe that was Benny
who are still
Curie,
able
and
to like
Fremar
keep the
is
goal lead
building
low and
another
still
set
stay
of
competitive in the
Winter
game.
Crown.
You see that glove?
Look,
You see
they
that glove,
rotate
you know
bot
what
to
is-
give the
what's coming.
1-1
The glove in
pressure.
the
They
ring.
rotate top
Yeah.
to give the 1-1,
Expert
you know,
gloves.
clear.
Player growth.
The
And
hero
now they rotate
screen.
straight to the
You know
Lord
what's
right
gonna
as they
happen
build a
is
slow
gonna turn
push here
into
that has to be
crowd
dealt
later
with
on,
by
yeah.
TNC.
Yep.
Because their composition
Yep,
is
yep.
very team fighty.
That's a
They're
crown.
5v5, right? They don't want to
Yeah.
split. They want to just group
So
up
we're
as
waiting
5.
for
So
Fremar to
little
get
wins
his,
like
and
that
suddenly,
will get you an
Aurora's
advantage in
single
taking
insurance
control of Lord.
policy
Look,
going into the late-
instant Lord control after clearing that out. So again, when you're up against fighter compositions, guys, your best friend is wave manipulation and macro game, okay? You need to be also technically it is something in macro, but decision making becomes very important. You need to know how to do this, right? How to manipulate the waves right before the Lord comes in, so that the enemy team gets forced errored, and you get position over Lord. You hold it here, so you don't let the enemy team be the ones proactive, despite them having the lead. Because with the lead, you usually always want to be the ones proactive. You want to be setting up the waves. You want to be doing holding on to the Lord with the wave set up, right? So it's the opposite here. RORA know they have the movement advantage. They know that TNC have to stick together way more. They have a Franco and WANWAN, so technically they could still be bot lane here, right?
game.
You need to use that.
Just got
Okay? If you just brawl and brawl and brawl against this composition, you will lose and lose and lose.
neutralized.
You need to
Yeah.
find actual angles, like positional advantage,
That's why
wave
Chocolate- look at
advantage,
the
something
movements
on
coming
the
off
map
the
before you
battle
fight.
front.
Here, they tried to go for a
Confident in terms
pickoff.
of
They
moving
couldn't get
forward.
it. They
Mountain
have to
Shocker
back away.
used here
Also,
by Zaida. They
understanding
thought
when
they
you
could
need to
have,
back away.
actually
See,
brute force that.
it's difficult because even Aurora can't do it well. Well, they are doing it well. It's just TNC recovered the position,
Yeah.
retook the
That's why
position
Chocolate- look at-
really,
look at
really
the-
well. So again, Demon Kite was holding onto it. They were hoping for a pickoff to get the crossbow tank to isolate some of the members, right? But they weren't able to find the
Movements
hook
coming
here,
off from
unfortunately. They had to back away, but the Lord did not reset. They didn't hold it far enough.
Super
Maybe
confident.
TNC just held it back.
In terms of moving
So
forward.
this is where the mistake happened for Rora, and now
Shocker
it's a fucking
used the erase-
massive advantage for TNC because the Lord basically got leashed. They are pretty
Zaida,
low.
they thought-
Their front line.
they could've,
It makes it easier for
actually
TNC to
brute
burst
force
them
that
down.
fight.
But they're still holding onto it, and then they're like, fuck it, we have to go in. Again, this is why decision making is super important, okay? Lesser teams would be like, all right, we're cooked. Let's back away. Let's just defend. But here, they're like, because the normal road, especially in this situation, would be, all right, let's just fucking back up. The flicker bloody hunt, you don't expect it. TNC were not aware, dude. Look at how far they are from the front line. They're playing their proper front to back. This is amazing positioning in any scenario. But Rora decided to subvert your expectations, subvert TNC's expectations, and go in. This is probably going to be a winning fight for TNC still. But they get the crossbow tank on him. Oh, wait, this is a fucking win. Holy shit. Damn. Oh, he's Zaida. Okay, holy shit, it is actually still a win. But, like, damn, that looks so good for Rora. The fact that they made it so close is crazy, dude. With a 3,000 lead, dude. That's massive in the new patch, bro. But see, I guess, funneling all your gold to your marksman worked out for Aurora. I didn't expect Domeng to deal that much damage. Dude, he shredded Benny. With the rest of the team, too. But, like, fuck. That was a lot of damage, bro. Against a CC.
10k HP. Oh, the flicker!
Damn.
Sorry, Benny got sniped off. And Dominic is able to use it.
Good kiting from Nancy, though.
3 more! And the 1-1.
Wow, Chaknu, MVP of the fight, dude. Would have been GG if it wasn't for Chaknu getting the AOG, getting the... Whoa, my lord. 3-man immobilization, too. Dude, well played. Really, really good stuff by Rora there. Because, like, again, TNC end up winning this fight. But they get so much. So, again, if you use this composition, if you're on a utility jungle, funnel your gold to your mid lane, to your gold lane, to your carries, dude. Because look at how much Domeng was able to do in that fight.
A crazy fight. It happened in a flash.
Oh, and there's just 2 members left. Lancey and Zyda for TNC.
Domeng's good, dude.
And Yue and Domeng
I've been telling you he's
for
good,
Aurora.
man.
TNC, despite their winning ways,
I remember
in
the
the
Beatrix
first
snipe.
10 minutes of this game, they gotta respect
Nice
these
flick.
two.
Yue!
Gets caught.
Ooh.
He's alive. He's fine.
Almost got outplayed by
The
far
Beatrix
side.
snipe
Crushes
mistake and
bolts,
M6
misses
man.
from,
Look at Domeng, dude. Well played. RORA. They get the Lord, but it's never. Nothing is free, dude. Nothing is free. And they don't
But
panic.
Yue,
They're like, fuck
he
it. If they
wants-
get Lord, sure, they are the ones that have the advantage for Lord. They have a Yi Sun Shin, right? So just keep Yue there, push in mid, force TNC to look
the goal for the
elsewhere,
YSS.
get Yue to make some crazy plays,
Very, very
and then
low.
they get all the wins here. Like, it was a winning fight, quote unquote, winning fight for TNC, but who gets value?
Goes for
RORA.
the pursuit. He is going to be blocked by the Kimmy, though. But
Oh,
the angles,
man.
it's not there. He's
Lancey's
not
so
getting
lucky there's no
started.
Inspire
Okay,
there.
now he does. So Domeng has to go away.
Wow.
Well played.
Never
Really
in
well
my
played,
career,
man.
the 1-1 is getting kited.
Domeng Kite, savior of Aurora in that fight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he took out 2 turrets in the mid lane. And
Really
Yue
good stuff,
just
man.
manhandled 2 members of TNC.
It's always, again, really
And
impressive to
not
see a
for Zyda
team
to just get
that can
back down.
hold out while
and
being
even
behind in
when
the early
Zyda
game,
already
dude.
were winning.
Look at that.
Zyda
RORA
and
want,
Lancey.
he wanted to do the same thing, but TNC, again, changed tempo. They were like, fuck it. We can't let RORA play that slow game again. We can't let RORA push in bottom lane, force us to go back. And again, Fredgen holds the Lord so that they force out a
Lancey
fight.
were already
We have to go
winning. They
and
had to
start
back
it now.
down.
We have to force it out while the 1-1 was presumably bought.
Another round.
Did he show? I think he showed, right? Did he show?
And not for
think he
Zyda to
showed,
just
though.
get back
Oh,
down.
the Yi Sun Shin ult. Okay, Yi Sun
Okay.
Shin ult into the
And even-
information, and then they go straight for it, right? They see the 1-1. So there
They
you
had
go.
to back down. Another
Yeah.
round 2.
Now they're forcing the Lord here. They see Demon Kite. They're turning 4K HP, but they drop the Lord.
There
and
you go.
Zyda gets
Beautiful.
it. And Demon
See?
Kite still surviving
You need to.
the front line,
This is
though.
why
He's able to dash
the
away. Jaco gets
mid-game
taken out by the 1-1, but
adaptations
Barracuda on the left side.
changes
He goes for
games,
the
man,
flag
entirely.
against Aurora, and now the
Well
Kimmy.
played.
He punishes
See,
Winter
in
Crown
brawls, in straight up
for
brawls,
the
where
members
it's
of
not a
TNC
pickoff that starts things
triple.
off, it's good for
But
TNC.
Domeng Kite is godlike. He takes out the Phobius, but TNC is unstoppable in terms of the aggression.
That's
2
really,
for
really
3
good, man. How the fuck did they defend
solutions
this? Like,
to
it's 16
Aurora's
minutes
threat
in
are
as well,
just
so there's no
too damn
holy shield.
potent.
Oh, he buys DHS, my GOAT! Yes! Right, yeah, we're talking about it. So, he buys DHS in place of what? Did he sell one?
Available.
Okay, we have to see what he...
Pulls Yue.
I guess he didn't finish Berserker's Fury. He went DHS
And
instead.
he goes
Oh,
for the stun.
man.
Zyda sees the angle, sees the opportunity. And
Domeng
he
held
seeks
this?
The victory. Domeng, can he defend? Winner crown.
Mistake. Zyda mistake. He thought the winner crown was on him, dude. They could have ended, I think,
Domeng,
here.
can he defend?
Yeah.
Winner
While the crossbow tag was there, they both could have hit the turret.
crown again.
Unfortunate, but I understand, right? It looked like it was on him, dude. Look at that. It looked like it was on him, but yeah, it wasn't on him. So a little mistake there from TNC. I think took the game away from them, because this should not have been. I guess it would have been really close anyways, but obviously it is better to just threaten it at least. They get the kill, they have to back away though, and it doesn't become an end angle.
He wants to
Oh, the
end
call's messed up too. Like
the game, but Edward
they
is
gotta
here
alright,
to
fuck it.
stop the push coming out from Lancey. Deals
Damn, oh
with
my
the
God.
cannon. And right now, Lancey's still
Lancey.
going for the victory push. But I don't think you can. There's 3 members
Yeah,
on
see,
the
I
side
think
of
they would have
Aurora
ended if it
alive
wasn't for
here.
the winner
Demon
crown
Kite
mistake.
Deals with the Lord. Edward
Lancey stayed
finds
for
the
too
final
long, bro.
slash onto the Kimmy. Flicker out from Lancey.
Oh
but
man,
flicker
way
in
too long,
from
Lancey.
Edward,
You should have
and
just backed
he's
away.
gonna
The
find
call.
the
What is the
Kimmy
call here? The
kill.
call's just the
Wait,
end.
inside the base, light though, committed. The
I guess it's just a risky call then. Never mind, it's not a mistake.
Streamer's coming too.
The whole team is going
They
because
will
like
end this.
if
They see
it was
Edward.
just
They
Lancey,
zone
then
out.
the call would have been
YSS
all right,
with a
back
better
away. You know
strike,
we
but
can't do it, but the whole
Jaco,
team's
he
doing it,
wants to
so
go for
it's
the
just
punch,
listening to a
but
call.
he gets punched back by
Yeah.
Aurora. 3 more has to
Very
flicker out.
TNC call.
guys overstayed their welcome.
It's a biggie choke, man.
Edward
Biggie choke.
finds
They're like the
catch here
Bigatron
against
of
the Phobius.
MPL
They
PH,
don't
dude.
yet. They take out 3 more.
And now Aurora's getting a clean house.
That was so
TNC
fucking bad
gets
though.
punished
That was so bad.
real bad.
Unfortunate,
3
man.
members missing.
They smelled the blood, the TNC. They
Yeah,
felt
that
like they
gave
could have
RORA
ended
all
it.
the room for a
Little
comeback, dude.
disconnection out there from Lancey and Zyda. Zyda wanted to heal back from
Big
the
mistakes,
creeps.
big blunders. But all right, let's see
10
how
seconds.
this
Lancey
goes
was
now.
outplayed by Edward, and now
Is this how they
5
win?
people from RORA.
That would be very
Pulse.
anticlimactic, dude.
Lancey doing his darndest. This wave is gonna crash in. This turret is down. RORA claiming back a little bit of the
Okay,
map.
no, it's
TNC.
not how they end.
Those
All right.
are still fine.
So there's still going to be a
reset.
Evolved
For
Lord
TNC,
battle.
they
Okay,
did
thank God, you know.
overstay
If it was
their
just a one straight push, dude, that
got
would be
punished
so
by Edward in the
anticlimactic.
perfect Kimmy game. Now
The game has been
blemish on his
great
record,
up until
7-1
that
10.
point where they
Still very
decided to
coming
go
out
for
from
the
TNC,
end,
that
but you
base
know
push
it was fully
greedy as hell.
miscoordinated. Yeah, greedy as hell.
Very
Midnight
greedy.
put it.
TNC
Very,
did not
very
go
greedy.
Together. They go one after the other.
So it was
and
been nature. He
Dominic
bought
tried
the
to
DHS to get the
Dominic
crossbow
was
tank damage
able
early, and he
to
sold it
defend
again.
with that
Okay.
With that ultimate. The winter
Nice.
counts weren't enough. Benekute
All right,
didn't have
Domeng.
his.
I
That's why
see.
he
I
was
see the
taken
game.
out
I see the
in the
game.
minion wave.
Domeng 1-1.
Easily
Good shit, brother. Good shit.
Dealt with by RORA. And now TNC, it's going to be very tricky. They don't have the
They
advantage,
can't
though.
push
We're
him
not saying that
top
they
all the
are
way.
down.
Again, 1-1 has to rotate just because the
Aurora,
Mount Shark can be used
they
up. You
know
can't
how
stay
to
up top.
punish
It'll be
TNC.
the same thing as they
just have
did
to
with
be
the
more
previous
organized
Lord.
when it comes to this push.
There's a
They have
good
to go
chunk
for
of
it.
battle spells
But
still
look at how
off of
TNC are holding.
cooldowns
Dude,
for TNC.
TNC should be the
That'll
one
give
holding it a
Aurora
bit
good 10-second
easier, you
window
know? Like, so
for them
that
to be
because they have a
able
wave up
to take
top, they need to
advantage.
delay this. Now they've given Aurora a bit of an opportunity to come back again because it's slow. TNC.
Demon guy dashing in.
Nice dark wave.
Oh,
And
good.
Wait. Oh fuck!
Second window
I paused too much.
for them to
Edward
be
got a
able
fucking final
to take
slash, bro.
advantage. Demon guy dashing in.
Oh,
And
Oh
doing
my
it.
fucking god! The Lord is a paid actor!
TNC, they lose Lancy here, 3 more. He's
Oh
trying to
my
fight
god,
for the
what a
front line.
final
They
slash,
get the
dude.
control, but they
What
can't
a
damage
final
Shaida's
slash,
collection
dude. That's how they
but
win.
they find a
I paused
jungler
it too. Oh
on the
my
side of
god.
Aurora.
But it's still okay. It's still
They
good.
have to
Oh,
save it for Aurora. Benekute
bro.
up.
Oh
Demon
my
guy dash,
god,
that'll give
dude.
Aurora a good
It
10
looked so good. I
second
paused because of
window.
Dark Wave. I was about to be like, yo,
For them to
that's
be
fucking
able
insane,
to
you
take
know?
advantage.
The
Demon
perfect.
guy
Because it would have been bad. He would have just bloody hunt Winter Crown and Benny would have been dead as fuck.
dashing in.
But they got the cancel for Edward, dude. Oh my
Good
god.
10-second window.
Old
for them to
flicker,
be
like this
able to
angle.
Take advantage. Demon guy dashing in.
Oh my god, what a sweep, man. Edward. And then the Lord knockup was right on them. Beautiful, beautiful,
Good,
man.
doing final
Fuck, the
Edward
Lord is a paid
into the
actor. Oh my
knockout.
god.
TNC, they lose Lancy here, 3 more. He's trying to fight for the
Sheesh.
front line. They get the control.
Damn.
But they don't have the damage. Jaida is late to the team fight, but they find a jungler.
Good
on
shit,
the side
dude.
of Aurora.
Fucking
Dominic
amazing,
Yue.
man.
They have to save it for Aurora. Benekute, he is going to be chased down here by Dominic.
Wow, yeah.
The crossbow of
And the
Thorns
fucking
into
hook.
the
Light!
front line
My
of
goat!
Aurora.
XBTR, by the way.
They find Zaida Winter Crown from the YSS,
Wow.
but they got wiped off the map. TNC
Dude,
loses
Edward!
5.
That Lord was
Fuck, the
wearing an
Rolex
Aurora
buff. I remember him
jersey.
telling me at
He was
M6,
part
like,
of the
dude,
sequence.
every
They
time I
shot
wear the
Colin and
Rolex on
knocked
stage,
out
I lose, so I have to
TNC.
take it off. That was his thing.
Unbelievable.
And now
Edward
he's winning with the Rolex.
and Light.
Oh man, W.
Savers
Damn, okay.
of Aurora.
Hey, I was really worried that it would be anticlimactic, but hey, that fucking fight was brilliant, man. Good shit, dude. Edward, 0-4 the entire game, I think, up to that moment, right? Oh, 0-6 maybe even, right? Did he get 2 kills in that fight, or was he 2? Oh, he was 2-5 here.
More
Okay.
organized when it comes to this push.
There's a good chunk
But he
of
was 0-4 for like a long
battle
period of
spells
time,
still
man.
off of
His KD wasn't
cooldowns
good.
for
The
TNC.
Arlott hasn't
That'll
been,
give
you know,
Aurora a
performing
good
that well.
10-second window for them
And
to
then
be
one big
able
play.
to take
That's why Arlott's still like a really good pick, guys, because it has the X factor of being able to come back in those moments. You can make the big play. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned a lot. Again, Aurora, they do things so much cleaner now. I don't wanna point any fingers, by the way. I just wanna say what I said in the past, okay? And this is not, oh man, it just sounds sad. I don't know if I want to say it, but fuck it, I'll just say it. In the past, when Aurora was built, remember, I think it was MSC 2024 when they announced this roster. I said the weak link would probably be Renegade, because the team is an all-star team. And not to say that it is Renegade's fault, by the way. I just want to say, now with Light, it does seem like it's kind of like the missing piece of the puzzle. Because everything stayed the same, right? There's no change. Shoutouts to Light. Bigatron couldn't make it work with him, but I always knew that he is a good player, dude. It was just unfortunate in BTR. It's just unfortunate, maybe communication issues, gameplay styles. But I'm glad to see Light finally in a team that can utilize his strengths. It's kind of like a Brusco situation, you know, where he doesn't do well in RQ because of communication, because of like the issues in the team. And now that he's this literally just feels like RQ, Brusco, Onyx Brusco, BTR Light, RORA Light. So yeah, again, no hate to Renegade. I'm just saying I want to give props to Light because a lot of people were hating on him in Indo. Not me though, because he's my boy. Every BTR player, every ex-BTR will always be my boy. All right. So shout outs to Light. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned a lot from a lot of the small little plays. But yeah, this is clearly a very high tier team, dude. Just from the way they adapted mid game from TNC as well. I'm fucking surprised that TNC were that good in the mid game adaptations, man. Yeah. I love to see it. I can't wait to see RORA in M7 because I think right now it's almost confirmed, even though it's MPL Philippines. So Onyx Philippines Team Liquid can still pop off. Sanford's still my boy. Yeah. Sorry for talking too much towards the end, but I guess it's the end already. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one, which will be Onyx versus Falcons, I believe. Is that the second game you requested? Peace out.